Greetings, 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 and welcome to yet another, Snapshot. It's the home of the 15-minute selfie with me, Marilyn Green. Of course, I am the THEE hostess with the mostest. All right. But on Snapshot, what I love about is that it's all about you. It's where you get to do only you. Talk about your book, talking about your event, talking about what you want to talk about. So I just love Snapshot. So, hey, you want to say, hey, I want to come on. There you go. There's my contact information. It's a no excuse kit. All right. You can DM me, you can text, you can call me. Just let me know because I would love to share you with the Facebook family and the YouTube family. So, and also, I would love for you to share the show, tag a friend, share the show because the person that I got coming up, you do want to hear this. Of course, I say that about everyone because everybody comes on my show. I believe that you need to hear what they have to say. All right. And you can also know that you can go on YouTube, you like, subscribe, set your notification bell so you don't miss one dynamic, interesting, engaging show. All righty. So let me hide this. And I'm going to bring up a person. I'm going to put her name up here and I'm going to bring her up. Her name is Jacqueline L. Shaw. Sorry. She's a community engagement consultant. I'm going to bring her up right now and I'm going to say, hey, girl, hey, how are you?
Hello. I am great. Thank you for having me on the show.
Of course, Jacqueline L. Shaw. Is it okay for me to call you Jackie?
You can call me Jackie, friend.
Okay, thank you. All right, Jackie. So, Jackie, you come and you tell us that you are a community engagement consultant, right? So, what make you be that girl? Okay, what make you be that girl? Just like that. Tell me about it.
Well, I am that person that's in the community that I'm the bridge that connects everyone. So it depends on what people are looking, whether it's elected officials, whether it's our school board, trustees, they reach out, the churches, they always reach out, say, hey, can you help me with this particular project? And so my motto is everyone should always leave the world better than they found it.
Right. So you're on board, you're on a lot of, so in other words, you're telling me that you've seen things that work, you've seen things that do not work. Okay.
Correct.
And that's your expertise. So because of that, you have developed a presentation, correct, to help people to understand the community engagement. And people out there saying, well, you know what, hey, I know how to engage my community. That is fine and that is dandy. But however, it's always great to have some new eyes on your situation and something that you may be missing. And I think that's where Jackie Shaw comes in. Is that correct, Jackie?
That is correct. That is correct. People always reach out to say, how can you help me? I had a particular bank to reach out to me to say, hey, I would like for you to come in and teach our employees how to do community engagement. And for me, it's just a simple, I do it. I don't think about it at the time. When somebody comes to me, with a problem, I just listen and say, oh, okay. But I'm also thinking, how can I connect this person with another person that can help them solve this problem? So yes, it's all about connection and collaborations.
Mm-hmm. I like that. I like the fact that you say, how can I help you? But you also stated something else that you really probably thought you didn't state, but you understand your boundaries. Okay. You understand Correct. What you can and what you cannot do. That's what makes you so that girl. Okay. It's because I want to help you, but I understand that I may not be able to help you, and
yes,
I do have the connections to move you to the next stage so that you can get what you need to get. Is that pretty much what you're saying?
Yes. The bridge that does the connection. Yes, yeah. That's me.
That would be you. You are that girl. Okay. I love that. Now, Jackie, you have also worked in places such as you're being that spark plug to to move things further? Have you work with the D9, Divine Nine, the sororities, fraternities, and who else have you worked with?
Yes. So one of the projects that I have worked with the last 3 years is the Champion Macedonia Cemetery. It's an historic African American cemetery dating back to the 1800s to slavery, and it was a forgotten um, landmark. And I worked with our elected officials, our school board, the community, the Divine Nine. I mean, the Divine Nine always comes out and show up in full force. You know how they do. And so, working with all of them, we have been able to restore and bring life and beautify the Champion Macedonia Cemetery. So every MLK Day, we go out that day, the day of service, we all come together to keep plugging and plugging at beautifying the cemetery. So this year, 2025, on MLK Day, we will be able to have everything in place of how we started out at the elected officials. And that's the beauty. It just brings the community together, the different organizations, different stores, different companies. And we just, it doesn't matter your race, your religion. We just all come together to do a particular project that God has put in our path to do.
Yeah, I really like that, but also when you're doing that, some of the things that you can offer to people on community engagement is, how do you do that? How do you bring all that together, So, and I'm sure that you got something on your presentation that talks about that. And I believe, and I know that you have a presentation that could be fitted. I'm sorry, that you can make it fit anybody, whatever you're looking for. Tell us a little bit about
Yes.
your presentation and how you can work with people to better their skill sets in engagement.
Yeah. So as you mentioned earlier in the beginning of the show, I have 5 pillars that I do a presentation on, which is stop, look, and listen, volunteering your time, supporting local businesses, collaboration and communications, and community projects. So all of those, it just depends on who wants me to come in, what they want to talk about. I do get calls from people that are thinking about running for office, and they want to know how do they go out into the community? How do they start the process? What does that process look like? And sometimes they ask, do I think they can win? Well, that's where I come in to say, okay, I stop, look and listen. And once they tell me where they want to run at, I say, okay, you want to connect with this person, and this person, because, although I don't have all the answers, but I can get you to the person that has the answers. So again, all about connecting and collaborations.
Yeah. And also they probably would, another pillar that I like is volunteering your time. How do you, for example, volunteers probably are easy to get, but trying to continue to have that motivational part of them, how do you help people to say stay engaged? What are some of the strategies you might share?
Well, everybody has the heart to volunteer, but not everyone has the time. Time is so very limited, and you can't get it back. So if you provide a community project for people to volunteer their time, and you schedule, and they say, okay, well, I have an hour, I can dedicate this hour to go help. And I'm going to go back to the cemetery. I can volunteer an hour to go help at the cemetery. Well, plenty of hands make less work. So
Yeah.
that hour is that they come out and they volunteer is, I mean, it is a blessing for them to do it. It's good for the soul, it's good for the heart, and it's good for the project, for the beautification. So just getting people involved. So it's really, understanding people really don't have the time, but if you give them a project and give them a time frame, they will put it on their calendar and they will get it done. And it's so rewarding. as you know, being AK and all the works that you guys go out and do, how satisfying it is to do that work in the community to help
It is.
beautify.
It is. And you speak about community projects. How would a person, I'll get into the nitty gritty of the weeds. How would a person say, hey, I got this great idea like you had the Macedonia. How do they just start it? You know what I'm saying? I know it starts as an idea, but sometimes people procrastinate. Sometimes this, that, and the other.
It's
Does it necessarily have to be them, Jackie? Or could it be somebody else? How do you help them to understand the language that they need to go get Sam or Susie or whoever? How would they do that?
Well, it just depends on, not everyone wants to lead a community engagement project, but if you
Mhm.
just, there are so many throughout, they can jump on with a nonprofit. Nonprofits are always doing community service. You got CCA, Community Christian Action, that feeds the homeless, that shelters, that teaches financial literacy. So it depends on whatever your strong point is, with what your where your heart will lead to do community service. You can contact any organization and say, I'm good at this. Can I come in and teach a class? Can I come in and teach financial literacy? Can I come in and stock the pantry? So you don't have to actually lead a community service. You can jump on with someone else that's already has it up and going and running year round.
Yeah, you're right about. I like that because sometimes people say, I want to do something with my hands, with my heart, with my mind, right? But they don't know where to go, and I love that about right now. Feeding the homeless, doing things of that nature. I've had people who have started by feeding the homeless, and eventually they want their own. They may
Yeah,
not be satisfied with what whoever is doing it, and that could really help them as far as Jackie going there, looking at the setup, seeing how
right,
they doing it different. You know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
So going and getting involved and engaged in community
Exactly,
projects, it's just healthy to help other
exactly,
people. And but
exactly.
you see they set up, you be there
Yes,
almost like a spy, right? And so you're
yes.
trying to find out how how can
And
I
and,
do
and,
this?
and that goes back to communications and collaborations. So
Hmm.
that's all you have to do. And sometimes it's when God leads you to do something, just like the Champion Macedonia Cemetery. Trust and believe, when I was a little girl, I didn't grow up thinking, oh, when I grow up, I'm going to clean historic cemeteries. God put it on my heart, and he led me to that project, which put the people in my path to help with the project that he had for us to do as a community.
Yes. I like that. I really like that. And also, when you come out, you never know where it's going to take you, right? It's
Oh man,
the fun. Jackie was telling me earlier, she's been invited to all these different places and things and meeting all these different people, so you got to come out. I mean, you got to do it, and I know Jackie is the person who knows how to use the 5 pillars of community engagement, which are listening to the community, volunteering your time, supporting local business connections and collaboration and community projects. Okay. Now she definitely knows how to put it all together. And I'm just saying, and I'm throwing it out there, Jackie, that one package may not fit all. So I'm sure that she's gonna sit there, she's gonna talk to you and say, like she said earlier, how can we move further with this thing? And it may not be her, but she has the connections to help you no matter what. And maybe you might say, well, hey, she ain't in my neck of the woods. But guess what? Once you talk to her, you're going to start to understand who is in your neck of the wood that fits what she's
right.
asking you to say, to deal with. What do you think about that, Jackie? Yes.
Yes, and
I
not that I'm not in the neck. I am all for traveling. I will travel to them. So whatever, when they call me about a presentation, how they tell me which way they would want to go, and I would build that presentation to that company or to that organization, whether it's an elected official or a nonprofit. So I can build it to however the company may need it.
Yep. It'll help you to build a house. So let's say this, Jackie, this how you can get Jackie. Okay, write it down. I'm a baby boomer. Write it down. Take a picture if you one of those newfangled people. Okay. Take take a picture, right? And also you can email her, as we go into the new year 2025. Some people saying, I just don't want to be the same in 24 as in 25 like I am in 24. I want to do something. I want to make a difference in the world. She's the person you need to contact, because it is nothing more rewarding to me than to go and help the homeless, the anybody, just help them,
Right.
do your
Right.
part, so you won't sit there and complain about what other people ain't doing, but just do your part. And so make sure that you email her, go to her website, because she definitely understands the 5 pillars of community engagement. And like she said, have presentation will travel. Okay. So she will travel.
I will travel.
she,
I will travel.
she will travel. So Jackie, our time is almost up. So tell us, what's your final part on this final statement on the 5 pillars of community engagement?
Oh, as I said earlier, I believe that we should leave the world a better place than what we found it. And when we all work together, we can do anything.
I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. So, Jackie, it was so nice having you on Snapshot. You know me, the home of the 15-minute selfie with Marilyn Green, the hostess with the mostest. It was so good having you on, and all the best of what 2024 at the end. We got a few more days, right? And 2025 gonna bring you, So, and you people, please go out there, go to her website. I'm gonna show it again, and call her. And if you don't want to call her, just write me a comment. I'll take care of it for you. Okay. But again, you've been listening to Snapshot, home of the 15-minute selfie with me. And until next time, you guys have a super, super great holiday. Okay. And a really, really happy new year. Take care. Bye bye.